Before we start, I mean, can we just talk about yourself, Alfonso? I mean, why you came to Thailand originally, and what you're doing there, and what Sonos Libra is all about, what your business is.
Short story long, I needed a change. I was working in Spain. We were being hit by the crisis in 2012. At that time, I was working for Marti Audio, and I was traveling all around the world, and especially in Asia. So every time I came over here, I could feel it was totally different. Everybody was happier, and also I could see the potential of the region to do something. I didn't really have the motivation or the idea like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move there, I'm gonna open a company. But what I had clear in mind was like there were more possibilities and opportunities here that what I could find or seek in Europe. Right? I got the chance to move here, as I say, professionally to work for One Systems. There was a kind offer from Mr. Chen, Howard Chen, and his father, from Steve Chen. So I didn't refuse it. Thailand was one of my favorite countries on the whole region, so I moved. A part of having friends all around the region. And also I was Thailand because of personal reasons. So I think most of the people know that I'm happily married with Vanessa. So she's also the other half of Sonos Libra. We met each other like a couple of years before in Frankfurt, in Light and Sound, and we were like kind of talking, and then, kind of everything happened that year in 2012, 13, and then I decided to meet him. It was pretty quick. I think I took the decision in 3 months. Looking back now, it's almost 7 years and a half. Still missing the family, especially these days that we are not allowed to travel, because when you are allowed to travel, you can think, well, I want to go back anytime. I just go, book a ticket, go, right? But not now, right? So missing family, missing friends, and missing summer in Spain.
No, I'm not surprised. The lockdown is easing there, but they've still got to wear a mask indoors. I can't imagine wearing a mask all the time in the summer heat.
Yeah.
I
mean, we should be wearing, but we've been quite strict, and we've been, most of us, working from home for almost 3-4 weeks. So I sent pretty much everyone out, working from home, except 1 or 2 people. Our office is in separated floors, so I kept people separated anyway to play safe. We don't want to play and have to take any risk. We didn't know how bad the situation was. It turns out it's really relatively good compared with what sadly had just happened in Europe, right?
How do you feel the virus has affected Thailand in terms of numbers and illnesses?
Here in Thailand, as we can see now, they were prepared. I mean, there were people really scared about it. And I found that sometimes in Europe, we could have been, not sure other countries, but for example, Spain, my family, they were overconfident. They were like, nothing happened here. Okay. In fact, I was talking to my parents, because my parents are teachers, so they had to go to school, and also my father kept teaching people at home in the afternoons and evenings. And I was telling him, just one day before the government announced to stop the schools, I was telling them, stop it. So please stop it. Just remember, it's dangerous and it's gonna happen. They were like, why? Don't try to scare us. Don't overreact to it. And yeah, sadly, it happened, and has been quite dramatic.
The entertainment business in Thailand is obviously very prolific. Hospitality, it relies on tourism quite greatly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of bars, venues, entertainment outlets that rely on, obviously, audio systems, which is what you do. I mean, tell us more about what you supply.
So we are exclusive distributors. Currently, we are exclusive distributors for Allen & Heath, for Adamson, our Canadian friends. TV Technologies was our latest addition to the brand's portfolio. It's a pity because we started cooperation in early January, and we were having plans to do like a big presentation and demo and everything on March, just before Light and Sound. We also have, we cooperate with Rational Acoustics. We distribute Rational Acoustics. smart software. We also distribute Isencom, the microphones, measurement microphones. We distribute Chilica, DSPs, and installation products, touchscreens, controllers, etc. And we also distribute some products from Audinate, audio adapters.
You've been very prominent in the installation market. Obviously, Alan Heath and Adamson are prolific live sound entertainment suppliers for large concerts right down to small gigs and bars. But you've also done, when I was with you last year, I remember you were doing the Bank of Thailand, for example, you're putting in a Dante ecosystem using Allen Heath components. So are these customers still there? You're still working with them during these economic times?
Well, actually, for the bank, for TMB installation is something that was scheduled to be done in different phases. So don't do the investment in one shot. And actually, just before all the lockdown happened here in Thailand, we were delivering a second phase installation. So we were adding some speakers to the main system, which was scheduled as well if the coverage was not satisfactory enough for them. Due to the shape of the auditorium, and also we were delivering some of the new the CS7Ps, the self-power system from Adamson. I would say that installation is the only thing that has remained pretty much not intact, because obviously we were having some interesting conversations for some live performance venues this year and some clubs, but everything has come to a halt. So we just need to wait.
Now, you've got business operations, obviously, you've got ties with Vietnam, and you work closely with the other end in Singapore. Can you compare the businesses, how businesses in Thailand compared to Vietnam and Singapore? Is it similar or is it quite different at the moment?
Before, the situation was very different. I would say this situation put all at the same level, to zero, right? So the situation is the only thing that has done is put all the business to zero, right? But yeah, totally different markets. Vietnam has it a specific, for the same brand, we have to see, we had to approach in a different way to each market. So it depends on many factors. It's not just how the brand is currently now, it's also how the brand has been doing in the past, eventually 10, 15 years. So
I feel for you, because you obviously set up the partnership with Alan Matthew. Alan's a very prominent chap in Singapore for the Adamson initiative last year, and you just started to find traction there. You had a great sale with Sheldon at TPP, and you were investing in seminars, training in Singapore to really establish the brand further. And then obviously this has come along and knocked it on its head.
We had a massive plans for this year. I mean, this year was the year. You know, we have a customer with the S10, but not many people knows it. We have 24 S10 that were delivered pretty much at the end of the year, and yeah, we had a, you know, as I say, massive plans. We were planning a seminar, we were planning trainings, we were partnershiping with the brand to do things in a big scale. And
yeah, I know. It's like a big pause button is being pressed, hasn't it? And when we take the pause button off, it won't be just business as usual, unfortunately, will it? There will be some decay.
The most affected companies have been rental companies, and we see that they've been really resilient, because I think also the lifestyle of Thai, lower needs, basic needs. Many people say it's time to go back to the hometowns. Most of the people are not from Bangkok, right? Most of them, some of them, yes. So they back to their hometown, stay with their families, and you can have a really good living with the basics, like, you know, food, good company, place, shelter, right? So that's it. But obviously, if you go to places like Singapore, where the cost of living are probably one of the highest in the world, and yeah, it hits, and it sadly hits hard, and it's such a small country as well. I think that when something happens there, it affects very, you know, enormously, because it's so a small country that whatever change that you do into the system, it will affect a lot. So As I say, costs are high, very, very, very high.
Very high, yeah. Now, when I've met you a couple of years ago, I think I met you in Hanoi one week, or Ho Chi Minh City. The next week I saw you in Bangkok. The next week I saw you in Singapore. You travel a lot. So now, you know, your son's what, 2 years old? Is he 3 years old now?
No, 1 year and 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, is that all? I thought he was getting on to 2 years. Well, Vanessa and your son must be loving it because you're at home all the time.
Yeah, but me too. I was calculating with Vanessa the other day how long was since I stayed more than a month at home. More than a month, 3-4 weeks at home. And we calculated it's like for the last 12 years, I've never been more than a month without catching a flight. It's funny because you don't realize how much you travel until you stop traveling, right?